to the plate there. What was going through your mind? What were you looking for?
I was just trying to, stay up and stay confident just because my at-bat before was pretty rough against that guy. It was the same pitcher, so I kind of knew what the shape of his pitches looked like. So just trying to visualize everything and just get a good pitch to hit and put a good swing on it.
The previous at-bat, it looked like you were really upset with yourself, especially on that third strike. I'm guessing it was probably a little bit out of the zone and chasing it kind of a situation?
No, definitely. I mean, I wasn't really upset. I was kind of just a little bit shook just because I didn't see the pitch as well. And I usually pick up stuff. I don't, chase at a lot of pitches like that, and that one was really bad. So I kind of went back to the dugout, and I was talking to the guys. I was like, lefty on lefty, not really seeing that too well. But then when it came to my time to swing, after Tuck got walked, I had to, erase that and just be like, doesn't matter if I'm not seeing it well, you have to see it well now. So I just tried to really focus on his arm slot, warming up in the on-deck circle, and then when I got to the plate, had to visualize that and put a good swing on it.
Moving to the top of the order. Any difference, any surprise?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Mays gave me a heads up yesterday after practice. It was kind of funny. I was walking to the locker room, and he was like, hey, Jays, just to let you know, you're hitting leadoff tomorrow. And I was like, oh, okay. But, no, I actually grew up a leadoff hitter, so I hit leadoff since I was 6, 7 years old, all the way up until I was about 14. And then once I got to high school, my freshman year, I worked up to the leadoff spot and then the 2 spot, and then after that, I was kind of 2 and 3 in high school. So I haven't done it in a while, but I've done it before, and I'd say I'm actually pretty comfortable doing it. So I kind of just had to go back to some older memories and get to that.
No matter which way, though, it seems like you and Braden have really fit together well in the way that you all are hitting either in front of or behind each other.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've got super good camaraderie, and we know what we can do just as each other, 1 and 2. If he's 1 and I'm 2, or if I'm 1 and he's 2, it doesn't matter. We know that we can really be a spark in the offense just because, we can hit the ball far, we can hit the ball, get singles, steal, wreak havoc on the base path. So one of us just has to get on, and there's a really good chance that we score. So, knowing that, being comfortable with that, it kind of takes the pressure off of yourself at the plate because you just have to pass the stick to the next guy, and we kind of just stick to that.
JJ, you guys were coming off a road trip, where you're scoring, 15, 18, I think one game was 20-something. Mm-hmm. And then now you got 2 walk-offs, close games. So obviously 2 different styles there. What does that say about this team, being able to find success, both ways, I guess?
I mean, I think it's huge. I think these last 2 games are just a little bit of a snap back into reality. We've been putting up so many runs, and the pitchers have been letting up barely any, and that's not always going to happen. So especially with conference play start next week, we need to have games like this because this is when how good are we? Can we win those close games? If we're behind a team that we should be beating, can we come back, or do we just call it quits? So these are really good games for us, and it's coming at a perfect time.
A question about Landon. I was just talking to him. He gets hit by a ton of pitches. Even at Nevada, he got hit by a ton of pitches, and I was kind of asking him if there's an art to it.
Yeah.
I mean, does he talk about? Do you guys talk about that with him? Hey, you get hit by a lot of pitches.
Not really individually, but as a program, we kind of keep we call it dodgeballs. So all throughout the fall and in the spring, if you jump out of the way, you get a dodgeball. So it's something that we try to teach to not do. So the biggest thing is just hold your ground and just stick to it because it's college. Guys lose control of pitches. They're trying to work both sides of the plates. And they just miss in general. So as long as you can tell yourself and get over the fear of the pain, even though it definitely hurts, you gotta just hold your ground, and you'll get hit by a couple of pitches.
How does he do with dealing with the pain? Because I'm sure he's got some bumps.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of usually just laughs about it. He's pretty animated, so I think he gets a little hot when it actually hits him, and he can give a little stare down or something. But at the end of the day, he takes it well, and he's a competitor, and all he wants to do is get on base. So he doesn't come back to the dugout complaining. He's just wore it, got on first, did what I had to do, and helped the team.
In terms of production at the plate, what do you think he's added to this lineup this year?
Just so much veteran leadership, and he can talk to us, and it's so cool just because he had good seasons previously and in a different atmosphere, but then coming into here, you know that he's a player that he can hit. And I think, he's had some ups and downs in the moments, but we know he's good, and he knows he's good, and I think he's really going to start to turn it on as we get close to conference play, and he's just an ultra competitor, so it's awesome to have a guy like that.
Hey, obviously you're not a pitcher, but can you speak a little bit about the transition Carlson's gone? I mean, he was kind of a starter last year, and now he's a set-up closer kind of guy, and obviously, he pitched out of some tough situations late in the game today.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a different setting being a starter versus a reliever because, as a starter, you're kind of in control of the game right away. So it's just a different feeling. You have to kind of work into your pitches and all that type of stuff, you have a couple batters to maybe get going, and you'll be out there for 5 or so innings. So one bad inning is not going to ruin your day if you can minimize the damage. But as a reliever, you have to be good from the first pitch. So when he comes into the game, like, he has to be good. He can't have first guy walks, hit batters, stuff like that. He's got to come in and be dominant, and I think he showed that he can do that. Today was honestly super good for him too, just because there was a couple balls off of his glove that were kind of in rough spots. I don't think anyone really barreled a ball off of him. They were all like jam shots, cap shots. They were just finding ways to hit. And for him to still just be out there with confidence and let up only 1 run in that situation is huge, and is really good for him. And he's definitely done a tremendous job of, changing his mindset to be a reliever type of guy. But I think he also could go out and start a game for us potentially. So he's just that guy. He's that good that he can just, pitch into any situation.
From your angle at second base, so when he comes in the 8th or 9th or whatever it is, I mean, you're going to see 95, 94, 96 maybe. I mean, what's, to see that from your position out in the field, I mean, that's probably kind of unique.
Yeah, I know. It's really cool. Just he's so consistent with his velocity and his off speed and all that type of stuff. But it also kind of gets me into the game because, most hitters are righties, and I kind of know that they're probably going to pepper me with some ground balls just because they might be a little late or whatever. And he does a good job mixing speed. So it's cool for me to watch, but I also got to stay on my toes for anything.
Is it different seeing 95 from the field than it is from, when you're batting against it?
Yeah, I think kind of like right behind it doesn't look as firm, and also I know like the sign, so I know what pitch is coming, so it's not like an element of surprise. So hitting, it's probably, it seems faster in the box, but yeah.
Good deal. Thank you.
Of course.